The reason people struggle to lose weight is because they dramatically underestimate how many calories they're eating. But even when they think that they're tracking their calories accurately, they're likely not. Okay. So I'll go into more detail because a lot of the time we underestimate our portions. Hi, my name is Mo Gayas. Essentially, I'm a kid who's obsessed with winning and sharing the lessons with you because growing up, I wish I had someone like me to help me out. On the Healthy Systems podcast, you will learn one main idea, system from each episode that you can use in your life, whether that is financial, relationships, fitness, and wellness. So if you're a millennial, you're hyper ambitious, this podcast is for you because the more systematic your life is, the more you can win and not waste time. So join me on your journey to building a life of healthy systems for yourself. Hello. Welcome to Healthy Systems Podcast. Today's episode or today's healthy system is why am I not losing weight? Right? It's going to be a great episode because I'm going to walk you through the one key reason why that happens. And then I'll give you plenty of examples on what you can look out for to make sure that you can continue to lose weight, continue to make progress, because I know how frustrating and how demotivating it can be or disappointing it can be when you don't lose weight despite all your hard work. And you're working really hard, you're training, you're waking up early, you're doing the workouts. You're like, Mo, all I eat, man, is chicken and rice, and I'm still not losing weight. I'm so committed. I'm doing the detox, whatever. I've done keto. I've done this. I go to the Soul Cycle. I bought even a Peloton, and I'm not losing weight. Why is this? Maybe it's this. And then all the doubts creep in. So in this episode, in this healthy system, I'm going to give you some good tactical things, practical advice that's going to help you make sure that you're always winning. Because when you're winning, just like I said in one of the first episodes, when you're winning, momentum works in your favor. And you feel inspired to take more action, right? So that's like key number one. Why am I not losing weight? So the first thing when you look at, the scientific answer is that the reason you're not losing weight might be because you're not in a caloric deficit. And before you turn this podcast off, you're like, oh man, same boring shit Mo always says. But no, I'm going to actually dive deeper into this today. So caloric deficit, don't turn this podcast off just yet. I'm going to actually explain more on this because I don't want you to go and buy more fat burning pills. I'm not going to have you buy anything that you don't need right now. Caloric deficit comes down to burning more calories than you're consuming. Problem is, so often it is very, very, very hard to accurately measure the calories you're eating. Even for professionals like myself, it is very easy for the calories to creep in. So the reason people struggle to lose weight is because they dramatically underestimate how many calories they're eating. But even when they think that they're tracking their calories accurately, they're likely not. Okay. So I'll go into more detail because a lot of the time we underestimate our portions. And that is not your fault. That is just basic human psychology. And also, we're not it's hard to eyeball things, right? So we underestimate our calories. According to research, we underestimate our calories by up to 26%, right? They did this research study on a lot of people, and what they found was people said they were eating 1,900 calories a day, but in reality, they were eating about 2,500 calories a day, right? So all those 600-700 calories extra every day, it adds up. So I'm going to give you some real tips on what to look out for, okay? So let's talk about some quick list of some of the most commonly missed untracked calories. Okay, where they creep in. So when you're drinking coffee in the morning, make sure you track the cream you poured into your coffee because some creams can be as much as 150 calories, but we often don't track them because we're like, oh yeah, it's just a little bit of cream, but it adds up because cream is a lot of fats and fats are very calorically dense. Each gram of fat is 9 calories. So it's it adds up pretty fast, right? So make sure you track the cream you pour into your coffee. If you're like me, just drink it black, then you don't have anything to worry about. Another thing that people often don't track, and this is from my experience of coaching thousands of clients, we often don't track the orange juice you drank on the way to work. What that means is even when we're traveling, we are, let's say you get some continental breakfast. I noticed clients would track the pancakes, they would track the bagel or the little muffin or some eggs, but they just don't track the orange juice they also had on the side. And that orange juice, depending on the orange juice, can be as much as 200 calories. So we just forgot to track that. We didn't even track it. So in our head, we're in a deficit and not losing weight. But in reality, we are not in a deficit because these calories are creeping in. Another way Another way that calories get missed is dressings. So if you have like, hefty pour up Italian dressing on your salad, boom, another really easy way to get another 300 calories in without even realizing. Another one that I remind clients of is nuts, right? So a lot of the time, just random handful of nuts here and there, easy way to add another 300 calories, just by literally being like, yeah, I just had a few almonds. I just had a few cashews. I just had a few this, and like calories are adding up. So you see how like these are just common mistakes. In your head, we think we're in a deficit, but in reality, we're consuming more calories than we're burning, and our body keeps count, right? And another one is oils. So a lot of the time, people use olive oil. Olive oil is good. Coconut oil is good. Avocado oil is good, right? But the problem is they're all very calorically dense. Each tablespoon of olive oil, for example, is around 120 calories, and the other ones are about the same calorie size. So it's like each tablespoon is 120 calories. Last night, I was walking with my mom. Me and my mom, we always go on a walk after dinner for a mile or so around our neighborhood. And I was telling her, I was like, in this walk, we're probably going to burn 70, 80 calories after walking a mile. But in 1 tablespoon of olive oil is 120 calories. So as great as olive oil is, as great as all those oils are, they have really good health benefits, but in moderation. You overeat them, you add more than what's needed, boom, easy way to like have 400 more calories than you anticipated. Even things like a glass of wine, right? I know a lot of you don't drink. On the episode, I don't drink, but if you drink glass of wine here and there, that's another 150 calories per glass of wine. So you see how like these things are adding up. Even cookie dough or things like peanut butter. A lot of time people are like, oh yeah, that was just 1 tablespoon, but that 1 tablespoon, it was actually 3 tablespoon serving size. So now we're eating 3 times more calories than we anticipated. So at the end of the day, here's my rule of thumb for you. So you can track accurately, which is make sure you weigh some of the things. So sometimes, right, like I have a weighing scale, you can get those for $10 on Amazon. And literally I've had mine for 10 years. They last forever. Just having a food scale so you can weigh your peanut butter. So instead of just being like, is this 1 tablespoon or two? You can be like, okay, this is 24 grams, which is going to be the same throughout, right? So you see how much more accurate that is. So you don't have to eyeball 1.5 tablespoons. You can literally just weigh it and then it's going to be more accurate because that 1.5, that 1.5 tablespoon might actually be 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. So you want to avoid that. And then you can even like the fatty foods like avocados, nuts, meats, etc. You can weigh those out, especially even rice. Things that are super easy to overeat, you can weigh those out. It's a very easy way to make sure you're in a caloric deficit. And then it's a small habit, right? When I weigh things out, I literally do the same thing, but I just grab the plate, I turn the scale on, I put the plate on it, I zero out the scale, and then I just weigh out 6 ounces of chicken. Okay, great. 70 grams of avocado. Great. Perfect. So then it takes me like extra 10 seconds barely to do it, but it gives me much more precision. And then I wake up and I'm getting leaner and leaner. And I'm like, yeah, I'm winning. So you see how like it just creates this snowball of positive momentum working for you. But if you do things wrong and you're always like, man, I'm in a deficit, but nothing is working, and you're not taking all of those calories into account, you're mistracking them, things are getting missed. It's not your fault. It's just a lack of skill. Maybe nobody has pointed that out to you. So in this episode, hopefully it's a great reminder that, hey, all calories matter. And if it's from orange juice or whether it's from, the cream in your coffee, it's going to add up because those things are heavily calorie dense. And in the US and even in the Western countries or even in the Eastern countries now, there's abundance of calories, abundance of food. You know what I mean? So like always be on the watch. You don't want those extra calories to just be making you overweight, be giving you belly fat. Because at the end of the day, if your body only needs 1,800 calories a day and you're consuming 2,800 or 3,000 a day, just by living like a normal person, yeah, what do you think is going to happen to the extra 1,000 calories every day? It's going to add up and it's going to turn into fat. And that fat is going to be in your belly area, your love handles. And it's not going to be the one, you're not going to be happy with it. So at the end of the day, it's better to be aware. It's better to be aware of being like, okay, this is very like, it's easy to miss these calories or mistrack them. So I have to be more on top of things. So at the end of the day, hope this podcast is a great reminder, if anything, that those are the 7 or 8 ways I've seen calories creep in and get untracked and go untracked. So at the end of the day, for you, hopefully this helps. So instead of like, those small little snacks and the licks and the bites and the taste you eat throughout the day, just remember they all count and they all add up. So hope this helps. And if you have any further questions, just feel free to message me on Instagram or Facebook at Mo Gaius, Moeghhias. And then just tell me you listen to the Healthy Systems podcast, and I would love to give you more tips or answer any of your questions you may have. But until next time, I'll see you then. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Systems podcast. I really appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, here are 2 ways I can help you for free. One, you can join our free Facebook community by just going to this link, bit.ly/Titan Facebook group. Just type that into your browser and then answer 2 questions, and then we'll let you into our Facebook community where you'll meet other people, as well as we have a lot of free resources in terms of meal plans, workouts, all kinds of stuff in there. Second way I can help you for free is if you follow me on Instagram at Moegaius, MOE, G as in George, H as in horse, I as in India, A as in apple, S as in Sam. Follow me there and then shoot me a message with the word Healthy Systems, and then I'll be sure to send you a free gift. Other than that, keep listening in, and I really appreciate you.